For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Scott Larson. I'm the president of the Marshfield Area Chamber of Commerce and Industry. And I thank you I will act as your MC this morning. I want to thank you all very much for joining us this morning as we honor our Small Business of the Year. I just want to send out an alert, just a warning here that strange yellow light in the sky is the sun. And it's supposed to be there. So we're glad to finally see it come. And so I don't want anybody to be alarmed about there being some sort of end of world taking place. It's just we finally get the sun coming out. So appreciate that being here. So again, as I mentioned, we want to take and celebrate today. We're celebrating Scotty's Pizza and Chicken and the family, the friends, and employees associated with this small family-run business. We'd also like to take this moment and give thanks to some of the VIPs that have joined us this morning. Started with some of our elected officials. We have State Representative Donna Rozar. Mayor Lois T. Strike. We've got City Council member Brian Varshall. Brian, thank you. And we're also very pleased to be joined by Stacy Hessel from U.S. Representative Tiffany's office this morning. I'd also like to take the opportunity to recognize some of the Mackey representatives that are here. That's some of our board members, our ambassadors, and staff. So if you are one of those individuals, please stand and be recognized. And obviously, events like this don't happen unless we have generous sponsors to help make this possible. So at this point, I'd like to take and recognize and thank our gold event sponsors, which are Partners Bank and Century 21 Gold Key Realty. So thank you all very much. And our Friend of Scotty's Pizza sponsors, Associated Sales and Leasing and Rice Capital Carpet. So thank you. Obviously, we're holding this event in a beautiful facility, and they always do a great job of hosting our events. We'd especially like to thank Hotel Marshfield and the staff for putting on a great event this morning. All right. Well, since 1988, Mackey Small Business Council has selected a Small Business of the Year. Our small business represents over 70% of the current Mackey membership and obviously are extremely important to the American economy. A list of past recipients of the Small Business of the Year is listed in your program. So if you want to check out your program, you can see the following representatives. Please continue to support these and all the small businesses in our community. Central Wisconsin is very fortunate as well to have an active SCORE chapter. And we are grateful for the assistance these individuals provide to small business through free counseling services. Yes, free counseling services. And on the back of your program is a list of our SCORE members. And at this time, I would ask that these volunteers stand and be recognized. So, SCORE. These individuals do a great job, and they provide a fantastic service for us at the Chamber and for our business members that we represent. And so we're very grateful for the efforts, and it's all volunteer time that they put forth. At this time, I'd like to ask Peter Bushman, who is the West Central Wisconsin and UP of Michigan Chapter Chair, to come forward and provide a few remarks on behalf of SCORE. Peter?
Good morning. We were chatting at the table that, about a year ago was really the first event coming out of COVID where we got together, and it was just so refreshing from the standpoint of seeing people face to face, let alone we had a mask on, but the joy that came out that day was fabulous. And I would tell you that the joy today is even greater, right? No mask, the room's full, and we're recognizing another just fabulous small business. So I'm just really excited to be here. I'd like to thank Scott and the staff at the Chamber being our sponsor. SCORE here in West Central Wisconsin couldn't survive without partnerships, and we really try to do a lot of great things. And we have about 40 folks who volunteer their time, and if you look at what SCORE does, I'd like to share a few numbers with you. Last year we serviced in the whole United States over 140,000 clients, and we offered a set of workshops, and we had 280,000 people attend our workshops to gain knowledge and skills to help their small businesses survive. The piece that I'll tell you is most impressive is the fact that through our help, we helped 25,000 small businesses start. And with those starts, almost 100,000 jobs were started. And the limited funding we get, the federal budget's in excess of $4 trillion. We get about 15 million, so divide by billions and billions. But as a result, for every job we create, it really costs the government about $160, and when you factor in the taxes that are generated, we actually give money back to the Treasury. So I'm very pleased to belong to that organization. And you look at small communities, and I'm a Pittsville boy. The stability that exists is due to small businesses. 90% of the jobs in this country come from small businesses, and that was recognized in 1964, where Congress created the SCORE organization to help entrepreneurs and small businesses grow, start, and exist. And so we should all really celebrate the small business, and clearly Scotty's fits the mold in terms of what that's about. And so I want to leave you with a quote from the Walt Disney Corporation, and in one of the most famous movies, and I think when you hear this you'll recognize it, "You're never too old to wish upon a star, and dreams really do come true." Congratulations to the Scotties again. Nice job.
Peter, thank you again for those remarks, and to all the rest of the SCORE chapter members, thank you so much for what you do and the assistance that you provide here in the Marshfield area. Well, the members of the Mackey Small Business Council selected this year's honoree based on the following general qualifications. They must be a business enterprise for at least 5 years, must employ fewer than 35 full-time equivalent people, and must be a Mackey member. The criteria also for this award includes economic impact on the community, so that can be employment growth or other such things, expansion of the business in facility or products or services, so business growth, longevity, continuity with consistent growth over time, community involvement, and finally, innovation. And so at this time, I'd like to thank the members of the Small Business Council for their service in both this year and in prior years going through the process of selecting our Small Business of the Year. So if we could give a round of applause for our Small Business Council. As we get closer to hearing from our honoree this morning, there are a few more recognitions that we'd like to bestow upon our honorees. And with that, I noted the list of VIPs that we have here this morning, and they also brought with them some recognitions as well. And so first I want to recognize Stacy Hessel, who from Representative Tiffany's office provided a letter of recommendation and recognition from the Congressman's office. So Stacy, thank you. Please pass along our thanks to the Congressman for his efforts in the letter as well. We also have, as I mentioned, State Representative Donna Rosar here, and Donna, on behalf of her and other state representatives and senators, has a little recognition that she would like to note. And at this time, I'll have Donna come up and make her recommendation.
So good morning, everyone. If I would have realized that the pastor was going to focus on the pizza, I would have looked up some chicken trivia for you all to learn about today, because it is Scotty's Pizza and Chicken. So I was sitting there, and the reception is really poor in here, so I didn't look up anything about chicken. But one thing that I will leave you with is a word of wisdom, is you've heard the old phrase, which came first, the chicken or the egg? And when everybody says that to me, I say, I have the answer to that. And they look at me and say, well, how could that be? Well, it says in the Bible that God created the animals, not the eggs. And so, Pastor, where are you sitting, Mark? Oh, there you are. So would you not agree that the chicken came before the egg because God created the animals? So that's your bit of trivia about the chicken today. So I was looking over the list of small businesses, and you know we just came through recognizing Small Business Week. I've had the honor of being the vice chair of the Small Business Development Committee in the state legislature this past 2 years. You know I'm a freshman legislator. This is my first 2 years, and so you're a peon down there for a little while. But it was fun being vice chair of that, and we certainly had a lot of people come before us and talk about the benefits of small businesses, and we certainly do agree with that in Madison about how important small businesses are to our community. And as I was looking over that list, don't you just shake your head about these small businesses? And what an honor to now be listed with those small businesses. Most of us have had interactions with all of these small businesses that are listed here, and what a contribution they've made to our community over the years. So I'm just honored to know this wonderful family and have been in that establishment multiple times. It just is an honor to recognize you today and for what you do for our community. You know, not only is Scotty a wonderful small business leader, but his contributions to the community should not go unrecognized, because I think that that's one thing that I like about small businesses, is that the owners of those small businesses are such integral members of our community. They contribute significantly to, I think you're the sports guy, you know, but just think about all the different places that you see our small business owners and the things that they participate in and the way they contribute to our overall health, and that's just wonderful. And I should have gotten this before I came up here. But this is what we have brought today, and I'll just read the other people's whose names are on here. Senator Kathy Bernier, she happens to be the state senator from the 23rd Senate District. Senator Petrowski's name is on here, and then myself and Senator John, oh boy, he'd be pleased that I did that, Representative John Spiros. So on behalf of those 4 individuals and the state legislature, we have brought a plaque honoring Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, and just really are thrilled to be here and to say congratulations and thanks for all you do for our community. Thank you.
Donna, thank you for those remarks, and thank you for getting that plaque recognition prepared. We also have, as I'd like to invite up, Mayor Lois T-Stripe has a proclamation on behalf of the city. Lois?
Good morning, everyone. This is not fair, you know, because everything's been said already. But how many times can you say how proud we are? As on behalf of the city of Marshfield, this is absolutely dynamic. I've known Scott and Lisa a really long time. To be up here giving them these kudos, how much better can life be, right? We are so excited to see so many other small businesses here that have won this award. But you know what? We've all won it as small businesses, even if you haven't been elected. Look at the representation that we brought to the city of Marshfield, the people that support us and we support them. What a warm fuzzy. What a great thing for Marshfield and surrounding towns. With further ado, I am going to read the proclamation. As mayor, I feel since this was put together by the city, we need to embrace what they say to us. I know it's a little long, but yet again, you know what? It's all part of what happens with, again, small business to make this a great community. And you must all agree it is a great community. Wow, how lucky are we? So here goes. Mayor's proclamation. Mackey's Small Business of the Year, Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, as Donna says. Whereas the Marshfield Area Chamber of Commerce and Industry continues to promote and assist businesses of all types in the Marshfield area. Thank you, Marshfield Chamber. And whereas Mackey's Small Business Council has set standards to recognize successful small business in the Marshfield area since 1988. Thank you, Small Business Council. Whereas the Small Business of the Year selection is based on economic impact in the community, expansion of the business facility, product or services, longevity, and continually with consistent growth over time. Definitely. Innovative and community involvement. No involvement from Scotty's Pizza. Yeah, we don't know where it even came from. Whereas Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, a locally owned family business, started in 1987, they have survived many challenges, including have to rebuild from the ground up in 2001. And whereas Scotty's Pizza and Chicken has become a fixture in the Marshfield community and is always striving to meet the needs of their customers by expanding menu offers and specialty items, and whereas Scotty's Pizza and Chicken has been involved in the local community by donating in many community projects such as Greasy Park, Wenzel Plaza, the baseball fields, and the hockey arena, to name just a few. It's hard to find a local business fundraiser that they have not been a part of. Thank you, Scotty. Now, therefore, I, Lois Weisman, Mayor of the City of Marshfield, do hereby join Mackey in proclaiming Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, Mackey's Small Business of the Year, and urge all the citizens of Marshfield and the surrounding area to wish Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, the owner and employees, continued success in further years. And I must also add his family. Without them, this would not be possible, right? How can you not go in there and not see part of his family? But then again, we're all his family, and we are proud. Scotty and Lisa, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. All right. Again, our Small Business of the Year was first announced at the Mackey's annual dinner this past January, and that announcement was as follows. Since 1988, the Small Business Council has selected and honored the Small Business of the Year. Mackey received 3 strong nominations this year, making it especially tough for the selection committee in choosing only one winner. Marshfield is very fortunate to have so many progressive and dedicated businesses, both small and large. Our winner is a locally owned family business that started in 1987. Despite going through many challenges and completely having to rebuild, as was mentioned, from ground up in 2001, this business has become a fixture in Marshfield community and is always striving to meet the needs of their customers while continuously supporting the community. This business continues to expand menu offerings and specialty items. Our recipient grew up in Marshfield, raised his family in Marshfield, and has volunteered and coached on many athletic and school activities. He has financially supported many community facilities and projects, again, such as, Greasy Park, Wenzel Plaza, the baseball fields, hockey arena, and many others. It's hard to find a local community fundraiser that our Small Business of the Year recipient has not been a part of. I'm proud to announce this year's recipient, a business who continually gives back to our community. So please help me in congratulating our 2022 Small Business of the Year, Scotty's Pizza and Chicken. So Scotty Berg, please come on up. Congratulations. Let's get some pictures here. Okay. Say a few words.
Thank you very much. Very humbling. Tell everyone here. I want to thank my wife first, Lisa. My parents, Dorothy Berg, I'm sorry. My daughters are here, Jenna and Jessica. The son can't make it. Someone's got to work in the family today, so. Actually, he's in the city, he's working, but someone's got to work. My mother-in-law, my brother, two brothers are here, sister, brother-in-law, and many friends and business people. It's amazing, it really is. Scotty's was started in 1987, as you've all heard. I bought it from Ron and Audrey Moen, and a friend of mine, Randy, and I were going to do it together. We were actually going to franchise. It was Booker's Pizza then, but we decided it was pretty expensive to do as two 22-year-old guys. And so we went to Ron and Audrey and said, could we buy it? And they said, well, yeah, we'll get a price together. So got a price together. We were in negotiations, and Randy decided to go a different way, which is fine. It worked out great for both of us. And so I was able to do it by myself. Got help from my parents, my grandparents, and Scotty was born. In the first year, we totally remodeled the place. And our days were, we opened at 11, so I was usually there by 8 or 9 in the morning. Worked till midnight, that's when we closed, and then after midnight, that's when we did remodeling. Got done about 3 or 4 in the morning. And we did that for a year. Never took a day off. Finally got everything done, and then I took a vacation. I have a speech, but I don't know if I'm going to follow it or not. Crystal said I had to last 25 minutes, so I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do this or not. We had improved a lot over the years from 87 and 2001. We had a pretty devastating fire. It's a rude awakening at 5 in the morning to get that phone call. It took us 18 months to rebuild. Part of it was I took the first couple months to figure out if I want to do it again. So it's 6 months away from having everything paid off. And so I'm thinking, do I want to go back into debt that far again? And with the community, every time I went out, you got to open, you got to open, you got to open. So finally I said, okay, tried to find a good bank, found one, Stratford Bank, now partners. Thanks to Jeff and Ollie, and been with them ever since. Great bank, you guys. That's where you should be. Anyway, we got you, Jeff? Yeah. Reopened in 2003, and we didn't know what to expect. It was overwhelming. People were calling, and we'd tell them it's a 3-hour wait. And they said, that is perfectly fine. We waited 18 months. And that went on for a month. And it was many late nights there also, because by the time you got done serving everyone, now you got to prep all the food again for the next day. And I remember one time we ran out of sauce. So my dad had to go down to all the stores and try and find some tomato puree, and we found it in little cans like this. We were opening up the cans and mixing it up. It was a lot of work, but we served everyone. With that, the only other better things in my life were marrying my wife, my kids, but I'm just overwhelmed. Oh, this would be easier the second time after January, but it's not. Anyway, thank you everyone for coming. This is just amazing to me. Worked a lot, 35 years to do this, but thank you.
Scotty, thank you for that. Thank you for everything that you're doing here in the community with your business and for the community. It's obviously greatly appreciated. And we hope that you can get another 35 years out of that. So, without the fire, though. We don't want that anymore. Well, again, I want to take this opportunity to thank everyone for coming this morning. Appreciate that. These events can't happen unless we have, like as I mentioned, sponsors and attendees. So we appreciate your taking the time out of your busy business mornings to join us this morning and honor one of our very own here in Marshfield with Scotty's Pizza and Chicken. Want to thank again Hotel Marshfield for putting on a great event. Thank you, Corey and staff. Appreciate the facilities, and the meal was excellent as usual. So thank you very much for that. I want to thank the Mackey staff for all the effort put into taking and putting an event like this on. Takes everybody at the office taking a piece of this to do that. VIPs, thank you for joining us this morning as well. We appreciate that very much. And sponsors. Again, this doesn't happen without sponsors, so thank you all very much for that. So with that, on your way out, your way back to the office or wherever the rest of the day, please feel free to recycle your name tag. You can leave them in the basket at the registration table. And with that, go forth and make it a profitable day. Thank you, everybody.